today I'm going to tell you about the rule of 72. But before I do that, who's this video for? It's for people who wants to buy a house. It's for those who wants to retire early or be a millionaire sooner than later.
Boy, being a millionaire is great.
Now, let's talk business. Sometimes we might have some extra money, but we usually end up spending it. So, what do we do with those extra money when we have it? We typically put it in a bank, either in a savings account or checking account, right?
Right.
And we just leave it there. But what does the bank do for us when we give them our money? Nothing. Their interest rate for savings account is around 5%, but after taking away 5% because of inflation, we don't gain anything in a bank. In fact, banks will not maintain the same interest rates every year. Their 5% interest rates for a savings account will eventually go down.
Oh no! Anyway,
they adjust their rates based on inflation. If inflation goes down, savings rate goes down with it. So, what does the bank do with all that money? They don't just let it sit there, that's for sure. They invest it in companies to make them more money. But we don't get anything back. Help! What should we do? We cut out the middleman and invest our money ourselves, and that's exactly what I'll show you in this video.
Rejected.
So, I'm going to teach you something called the rule of 72. This rule helps us figure out how long it will take for our money to double. Here's how it works. You take the number 72 and divide it by the rate of return you expect to get back. Let's say you choose a company that offers a 3% rate of return. It's not amazing. In fact, when compared to the 5% interest rate of a savings account, it's actually a lot worse. But chances of them staying 5% in the long run will not persist. Now, imagine you start with $2,000. If you divide 72 by 3, we get 24, which means in 24 years, your $2,000 will become $4,000. Then another 24 years later, it will double again to $8,000. However, waiting 48 years just to double your money to $8,000 is not worth it. You're still piss broke at this point. You can't even afford a nice car with that.
shots fired! Shots fired!
Instead, you go with another company with a higher rate of return, 6%.
Show me the money.
No way.
If we divide 72 by 6, we get 12 years. So, it will take 12 years for your money to double with this company. Let's imagine you start with $2,000 again. In 12 years, that $2,000 will become $4,000. Another 12 years later, it will double again to $8,000. Then after 12 years more, it will be $16,000. And if we wait again another 12 years, it will double to $32,000. So in total, it would take 48 years to turn your initial $2,000 into $32,000. Now that seems pretty good compared to the 5% inflation rate.
Yeah, that's better.
I cannot agree to this.
Seriously guys, get your money out the bank right now and invest it in a higher rate of returns.
Maybe later.
Get them, go.
So now, let's take it up a notch. Here's a company that offers a 12% rate of return. What does that really mean? It means our money doubles in just 6 years. And that's exactly what you want. The faster the better, right? So let's use the same account. You start with $2,000 and in 6 years, it doubles to $4,000. Then 6 years later, it doubles again to $8,000. Another 6 years, it's at $16,000. 6 more years later, it grows to $32,000. Then it becomes $64,000. Then $128,000. Then $256,000. And now, 6 years later, it'll be $512,000 in 48 years' time. That's $500,000, guys, just from the initial $2,000 investment when you started.
Ooh, impressive.
And if you add $100 every month after opening the account with $2,000, you will be a millionaire. So you see, small investments grow into something big over time.
Maybe you're right.
But what do we need to do? We need to cut out the middleman and put our money ourselves directly into investments. Why? Because we gotta make money work for us and not us work for money. When you invest, you are basically trading bad money for good money. Bad money depreciates in value due to inflation, and good money appreciates in value due to storing it in higher interest rates.
That makes sense.
Now, if you want to find out the best asset to invest in that gives you well beyond 12% rate of returns, then I suggest you click on this video next. Be the best, and you know the rest.
Watch me as I take off. I'll be working until I have all of my days off. Then I'm surfing in California when I'm paid off. I'll be blurring my vision, sipping on that bass sauce. La, da, da.